Okay, so something funny happened today. So a couple of weeks back, you may remember I did a video on the trailer for the teaser trailer for M3gan. It was only a quick teaser trailer. All you saw was walking into camera shot and then winking at the camera. Um, and in that trailer, I sort of theorized what I thought the next movie might be about based on the previous movie. The idea of like the AI for M3gan got into the little Alexa type device in the house, and how it's another toy company's going to make more toys, and M3gan's going to go back into that toy somehow, or there might be multiple M3gans, like all with the same AI, like an army of them. That was my theories. However, I got a message today on that video. Someone sent me a message. I do like receiving messages from people, and he basically said on it, "Have you read the description of the video?" To which I replied like, "No, but I will." So I went and read the description of the video, and it tells you what's going to happen in the movie. There is a synopsis of what's going to happen in the movie. So I'm going to read that out to you now. So here you go. Okay, so forgive me if I stumble while I read through this. 2 years after M3gan, a marvel of artificial intelligence went rogue and embarked on a murderous and impeccably choreographed rampage and was subsequently destroyed. M3gan's creator, Gemma, has become a high-profile author and advocate for the government oversight of AI. Meanwhile, Gemma's niece Caddy, now 14, has become a teenager, rebelling against Gemma's overprotective rules. Unbeknownst to them, the underlying tech for M3gan has been stolen and misused by a powerful defense contractor to create a military-grade weapon known as Amelia, the ultimate killer infiltration spy. And as Amelia's self-awareness increases, she becomes decidedly less interested in taking orders from humans or keeping them around. With the future of human existence on the line, Gemma realizes the only option is to resurrect M3gan and give her a few upgrades, making her faster, stronger, and more lethal. As their paths collide, the original AI bitch is about to meet her match. Right, so that was absolutely fascinating. I've still got up here, so I'm going to go through what it says on here. So the bit where it talks about Gemma's now working for the government oversight of AI. So she's basically looking at all the AI stuff in the government, trying to sort of protect it, and probably like a consultant trying to sort of stop this happening again for the government. And it also says about like Gemma's niece is now rebelling, which you would. I mean, think about it. This girl went through all this trauma of her death of her parents. Then she had the trauma of the M3gan stuff. And I'm guessing that her aunt Gemma has become so overprotective after all of this happening that she's probably put too many boundaries in place now. And she's, as a teenager, she's like, no, she's trying to explode out of it. So that's going to be a very good dynamic. I thought the dynamic between those two in the original film was very well done. Because it's just like a little horror movie. They really went into sort of like grief and loss, and how someone who's not really meant to be a parent actually has to become a parent, who's like not natural with it. So she had to really work hard to sort of become a parent and learn how to be one. That's very good. And then we're getting it. Unbeknownst to them, an underlying tech from M3gan has been stolen and misused by a powerful defense contractor to create military-grade weapon known as Amelia. Now that must be, we saw in the previous film, the sort of dog's body member of staff, the main corporate CEO guy, was sending the details, which we thought was to another toy company for M3gan, but maybe he was actually sending it to this like military contractor instead, which is interesting. Or did the toy company sell it to the military contractor? That's interesting. So it'd be good to see if they go back to that. Oh, what was on this? Yeah, and the fact they've called it Amelia as well. Now that's actually my daughter's name, so that's quite funny to me that it's my daughter's name. So she's going to get a kick out of that as well. She loves these films. But I mean, I'm guessing that stands for something like armored, mechanical, elite, level, lethal, intelligent android. I don't know, but maybe yeah, elite, military, evil. I don't know, but it's gonna be an anagram for something. Like M3gan was an anagram for something, so I'm guessing that's what they're gonna do with that, which is quite interesting. So the ultimate killer infiltration spy. So I'm guessing she's gonna look more human than M3gan. So they're gonna sort of, she's gonna be an infiltration spy. So they're gonna send her in places as like a hitman or to find information out. But that's how I can see it, like this lethal robot. So this is sounding very familiar to me, and I'll get into that a bit more in a minute. Only her self-awareness increases, and she becomes less interested in taking orders from humans or keeping them around. So again, this is very familiar to another story from another film, but I think I'm going to like how they do this, because this is sounding pretty decent, to be honest with you. What's this, right? So then, to combat this new Amelia warrior robot, Gemma realizes the only option is to resurrect M3gan and give her a few upgrades, making her faster, stronger, and more lethal. As their paths collide, the original AI bitch is about to meet her match. So obviously Gemma finds out about this like new military weapon that's obviously going a bit nuts and starts killing people or whatever. And she's like, the only way we can fight this thing is with another one. And she then, because she made M3gan by herself, really, in a basement, didn't she? So she's going to make another one to fight this new one. And that does sound amazing as well. And like, where it says like making them more lethal, like what weapons do these have? Do these have like hidden weapons that they can like bring out, or is it just the fact they're just fighting really well? Maybe like she's made faster and stronger. So is she going to be like more noticeable? Who knows? But the idea here, like as the original AI met a match, maybe that means that the other one is actually still more superior than M3gan. So why I keep saying is this reminds me of something very interesting. Like this reminds me a lot of the Terminator, or more importantly, Terminator 2. So in Terminator, obviously 1, we had Arnold Schwarzenegger comes back in time as a robot, and then the humans have to defeat him. It's all about AI that's decided humans are the problem and we have to eradicate them, which was the story of Terminator, that these machines sent someone back in time to kill a leader, blah, blah, blah. We all know the story of Terminator. So this film has done the same pattern with that. It's gone, we have our bad robot, it's quite popular, like people like that character. So in the second film, we're going to try and turn that character good. So M3gan will then become good and take on a more sophisticated robot that looks a bit different, which was the liquid metal one in Terminator 2. So they're basically, so M3gan comes back, maybe not as powerful as a weapon as the weaponized version is, but she's going to try and fight back. So the same way like we had the liquid metal one, which is more superior than Arnold Schwarzenegger's T-800 coming back. So that's why I think that this is very much borrowing from the Terminator, or at least following that template, would you say, of the Terminator films. I do like it because M3gan was a good character, and a lot of people are now buying the action figures. They're buying the life-size dolls of her. I see people unboxing them now. So it is interesting that obviously to keep that character going, you could turn her into the hero as opposed to the villain, which is a great idea. I mean, you've seen it before in other horror films. They've done that. They did it with what was the toy one? Puppet Master. The little toys start off as villains, but they become heroes in later segments of episodes of the franchise. So it has been done before. You saw it in things like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where you get things with characters like Spike, who start off as the villain and slowly become the hero. So it has been done many times before, where they take like the villain and turn him into the hero. So I'm guessing Terminator was the perfect example of that. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first one was the villain, and in the rest of them he's been the hero pretty much all the way through. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting concept there. I really sort of like this. But yeah, I wish I'd read that before, because then my first video would have been a lot more interesting than it turned out to be. But this has blown my mind really. I like they've gone in a direction I did not think it was going to go, and it does make sense that they've done this, because that M3gan could be a fantastic weapon, especially to infiltrate things. It looks like a child, so they could send that into like a meeting, or into like a place with loads of people hanging around, and get the information they want. And even like as an assassin, that's brilliant. You could take that robot into the middle of like a presidential meeting, like what happened with Donald Trump a little while back, and easily get in there and kill them, because no one's going to be looking for that. Let's be honest with you. So it's a fantastic concept. And again, this is where the child in me comes out, right? Because the idea I mean, you've got to think, what was it, 92? Was it Terminator, or 91 Terminator 2 come out? Something like that. I was like 11, 10 or 11. So the idea of these futuristic robots with robot skeletons fighting each other was right up my street. Now, this is basically that. So if I get my 11-year-old boy brain thinking there's going to be these two robots fighting each other, I'm going to see like metal and arms breaking off. Maybe they've got weapons and guns inside them or something. So it's the excitement of this, like the child in me that's like thinking this could be phenomenal. What a great idea. But then the other side of me thinks it could be silly. It could go too silly and get ridiculous. Then M3gan was kind of like that anyway, but it kind of worked. So M3gan is a great film. It's not supposed to be, because you look at that film and you think, oh, it's just like Chucky, or it's just like another AI thing. But M3gan works really well. So I'm wondering if this one's going to be the same, where I'm thinking it's going to be a bit silly, but still that little child in me thinks this sounds awesome. You know what I mean? The kid in you that's like, robots fight each other. Wow. That sounds awesome to me. So I'd like to know, because I liked the family dynamic. As I said before, I like the family dynamic of Gemma and Caddy, who I thought her name was Katie, but it's actually Caddy. That dynamic and how they did that was so well done. And if they do that again in this one, and keep that, especially with the rebellious teenager side of it as well, and keep that going, that Gemma's obviously got to cope with that, not even knowing how to deal with that, that's going to be good. Especially with it's like, because you're going to get all that happening, I guess, while we're seeing the Amelia doll, monster, whatever it's going to be, like robot, come into power. So that's very good. I like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I can't wait for it to come out. And let me know what you guys think. If you think the same as I do, it's going to be good, or if you just think this is going to be terrible, they're going to ruin it, then let me know. But all I can say is that there's definitely going to be a lot more merchandise of this Amelia coming out, because they've already got the M3gan merchandise, you've got the bags, the toys and that. They're going to do Amelia merchandise next, so you're going to be able to buy 2 set of NECA toys or something. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching again. And again, if you liked it, please subscribe. I do this random sort of videos all the time. But yeah, and I'll see you guys soon. But definitely enjoy the M3gan when it comes out, and have read that trailer description yourself, because I did not even know that was there. I'm going to go looking at all the trailers now and look at their descriptions before I even do a video anymore, because I might be missing out on kinds of crazy stuff. Would you like my new wall art, by the way? Look at that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? See you later, guys. Bye.